She paid nothing for the dying horse, just a handful of coins. The faded brand on its side was the only key to a family mystery buried for generations. When 63-year-old Anya Petrova walked into the dusty stockyard that cold morning, people shook their heads. She was exchanging her last few coins for a skeletal, half-blind Marais destined for the truck no one spoke of. But Anya saw what others missed. On the animal's flank, barely visible beneath grime, was a mark the Pine Creek Ranch brand. The same ranch her father, Alex, had vanished from over 40 years ago, leaving behind a shattered family and a silence that swallowed everything. Her father disappeared when she was just 18, a wound that never closed. Her mother, Irina, took the secret to her grave, speaking only in fearful glances and a journal locked away. Some silences are louder than any scream. Now, with that old Marais and a tattered map from her mother's things, Anya was heading into the remote valleys. What could a horse, a map, and a 40-year-old brand possibly reveal? The high country air was sharp with the coming autumn. Anya led the Marais, now named Zoria Dawn, back to her isolated cabin. The animal moved with a cautious grace, trusting the woman's voice more than her clouded eyes. That night, by lamplight, Anya opened her mother's leather-bound diary. The entries were a trail of breadcrumbs. Alex came home troubled, one read. He's found maps, marked places deep in the reserve. He says if anything happens, keep Anya away. Keep her safe. The final entry was a single line. He didn't come home. I must lie to our girl. The next visitor wasn't a friend. Local Sheriff Marco pulled up at dusk. Folks are asking why you bought that horse, Anya. That brand stirs old memories. He handed her his card. Your mother made me promise to look out for you. Be careful. The past has long shadows. Anya's resolve hardened. She would follow her father's marked map into the Stone River Valley. But first, a surprise guest arrived at her door. Lena, wife of the now elderly owner of Pine Creek Ranch, stood on her porch. My husband, Stefan, has something for you, she said, pressing a small, cold object into Anya's palm. It was her father's silver fob watch, engraved, for Alex, integrity. The hands were frozen at 4:18. Stefan was too afraid to give this to you years ago, Lena whispered. He wants to talk. He knows what your father found. At the ranch, Stefan, frail and wrapped in a blanket, confessed under the vast sky. Your father wasn't just a surveyor for us. He discovered an illegal operation, a company stripping minerals from protected land. He documented it all. He was going to expose them. Stefan's voice broke. 2 men in suits came asking. Then Alex vanished. I kept silent. For my family, I've been a coward. He gave Anya a folder of her father's old survey notes, pointing to a remote coordinate marked Final Camp. That's where he hid the proof. But the man who fixes problems for that company, a man named Korsakov, is still out there. He has a long reach. Anya packed for the mountains. At dawn, she and Zoria began the climb. The trails grew steep, the air thin. On the second evening, an old trapper emerged from the trees, sharing a campfire. I knew your father, he said, his eyes reflecting flames. Quiet man, good with maps. Those men who came looking for him. They had violence in their smiles. He handed her a rusted, familiar-looking compass. Found this years back. Thought it might find its way home. The pieces were coming together. But as they navigated a treacherous rock slide the next day, Anya heard it the distant, mechanical whine of snowmobiles. They were not alone. She pushed Zoria harder, reaching the old forester's cabin marked on the map, just as snow began to fall. Inside, she found initials carved into a beam. A P-85. Her heart hammered. This was her father's shelter. In a hollowed-out log, wrapped in waxed canvas, was a stash of photographs showing heavy machinery in pristine valleys, ledgers of payments, and samples of ore, the evidence, and a letter addressed to her. It began, "My dearest Anya, if you read this, I did not make it home. Your mother will have told you I left. That was our agreement, to keep you safe until you were strong enough. I found something terrible, and the truth must survive. I've hidden the proof here. Finish what I started. I have always loved you. Papa." Tears blurred her vision. The sound of engines snapped her back. Through the window, she saw 3 snowmobiles skid to a halt outside. A voice, calm and cold, cut through the wind. "Ms. Petrova, the box, please. Then you can leave." It was Korsakov. Anya barred the door, her father's rifle in hand. "The evidence is gone," she shouted back, "already on its way to the authorities." It was a bluff, but she had to protect the metal case now clutched to her chest. "A shame," the voice replied. Shots peppered the cabin walls. Anya returned fire through a window, creating a diversion. She grabbed the case, burst out the back, and scrambled onto Zoria. They plunged into the whiteout, the old Mare finding a path her eyes couldn't see. The chase was a blur of trees and gunfire. Just as a snowmobile closed in, a new sound thundered above, a helicopter with federal markings. Armed agents rappelled down. Korsakov and his men were surrounded, arrested. Agent Vera Novak identified herself. "We received a tip from your friend, the sheriff. We've been investigating this corruption for years. Your father's evidence is the final piece. The land remembers what men tried to bury." Weeks later, justice began its slow march. Korsakov, facing a lifetime of charges, started talking, unraveling a network of corruption. The company faced massive sanctions. And in a quiet ceremony, a vast tract of the Stone River Valley was declared a protected reserve, named for Alexander Petrova. Anya stood at the dedication, Zoria beside her. She touched the fob watch in her pocket, its hands still frozen, yet time had finally moved forward. The mountains held no more secrets from her. She had answered the call of a ghost and found not just an ending, but a beginning. The silence was finally broken. Before you go, if this story of courage and legacy moved you, do us a favor, smash the LIKE button and subscribe to Winds of Thought. Your support helps us bring more powerful tales to light.